Hello and welcome to this review of the Nite HAWK T100 watch by Nite Watches. If you're a new subscriber, well, thank you for subscribing. I've hit over 2,000. I'm thoroughly overjoyed with that, and my views just keep going up as well. So thank you to all the new subscribers. Special thanks to all you people that have stuck by my channel, despite its varying changes in direction, different avenues that I've explored in different subjects, everything from motorbikes to Games Workshop and Warhammer to knives and watches and unboxings and gaming videos. So I hope there's something there for everyone rather than just one channel. So special thanks to all the long-term subscribers. This is going to be my review. I'll be doing a big channel update at 60 miles per hour on my motorcycle soon. So if you're watching this, this is kind of the video that I should have put out yesterday on Wednesday. But I'm making it today, so this is the review. I've had this watch now. You know me, guys. I take my gear very seriously. I don't just buy something and then do a review, unless it's like an unboxing. But I like to test my products. I put the video of me unboxing this out a couple of months ago, February. It's now end of April. I've worn this consistently. I've tried to wear it nearly every day, and I really like it. There's not many parts that I don't like about it. It's very, very lightweight. It looks like a big watch, but it's very, very lightweight. I've handed it to people and they've confirmed the lightness. But Nite, have you ever heard of them? I mean, I've seen a couple of reviews of a few of their watches. I just wish there were more, because they're pretty decent. But who are Nite? Well, Nite International, they're a privately owned British company based in the south of England, and they basically design and manufacture their own brand of sports watches. But they're kind of like military watches as well. They were created in 2004, so they've only been around about 10 years. But basically, they've created this really respected watch already. Now, don't just trust my word on that. I'm just some random on the internet. Go on their website. I'm not sponsored by them. I didn't get this watch for free. I purchased this watch myself. I think it's nearly about £300. Like all of my gear on my channel, I buy it myself and do reviews on it and test it, because I think that's the best way. But anyway, go on their website. I think it's like nitewatches.com, something like that. Go on there, frequently asked questions, because I'm going to hit you with a few acronyms and things about this watch that you may not have ever heard of. But let's just go through the specifications of this watch. So this watch, we'll start with the price. It's £275. Now you're thinking, oh, is this better than a G-Shock or something like that? Well, that depends. If you're looking for an analog watch that you can read all the time in any situation, and it's got this rotating bezel, then this probably is the watch for you. But if you're looking for a digital watch and you prefer the 24-hour or even 12-hour G-Shocks or things like that, you can get G-Shocks for £60 to £100, and they're rugged as anything. I've got most of my collection of G-Shocks, so that just is a testament. But if you're looking for something that is not a digital watch, that's a little bit smarter to wear, that's analog and keeps accurate time as well, this is probably the one to go for. But like I say, it's about £275. You can't buy them anywhere. You can only buy them from Nite Watch's website. So that sucks a little bit, because you can't really go and get a good deal. You can only buy them from them. However, go and have a look at my unboxing. I did get a 33% voucher with this, and I'm pretty sure you would as well, off your next Nite watch. So in a way, that's pretty decent of them, because that encourages you, if you like your first watch, to go out and buy another one. Now, it's carbon fibre reinforced polycarbonate case and bezel. you can kind of feel the carbon fibre on there. It's super lightweight. It's 64 grams. A UK PK I think is about 48, something like that. And you know how light a UK PK is. I mean, this you can't tell that it's on your wrist. You really can't. It's water resistance to 200 meters of 20 atmospheric, atmospheres, whatnot. You've got this highly scratch resistant K1 mineral glass and Swiss movement. Now, mineral glass, I don't think, I mean, they say it's more scratch resistant than sapphire glass because sapphire, well, the thing is, sapphire glass is more scratch resistant, but if you drop it, it can shatter easier. This, if you drop it, it's not going to shatter as easy. But they say it's scratch resistant, but hopefully you can see with this HD, that scratch right in the middle of the face. And I did that the first week I got it. So scratch resistant, my arse. I've had lots of G-Shocks, not one scratch. I mean, I suppose I did put my foot in it by cleaning my bike while wearing the watch, and that's definitely a no-no. But I thought that the bike wouldn't scratch this. But lo and behold, it did, and it's quite a deep one. Can't polish it out. So to repair it, it's probably going to cost about 70 to £100, which is about $1,000 apparently. So yeah, just be careful of that. I wouldn't put it as advertised. It's advertised to go through everything, but I mean, if it can't withstand you washing your motorbike, well, I don't know what I would use it out in the field for. But anyway, that's just my kind of 2 cents. So scratch resistance, meh, not really. G-Shocks, in my opinion, are much better at that. And to replace this is going to cost nearly as much as the watch itself. So scratch resistance, I'd much rather have sapphire glass in that. I really do, because they advertise it as stand up to the toughest activities, but I'm not doing extreme motorcycle cleaning on my hands or anything like that. I'm just, using hot soapy water. Anyway, it's got a silicone strap. It's all right, but they've got proprietary lug holes or whatever you want to call them, so you can't put any other strap in there. Not really. And I because you can't see the mechanism in there, I do kind of, it does concern me how it's in there and just how strong it is and how thick the bar is to keep those silicone straps. But in terms of wearing it when you're hot or whatever, they're quite comfortable. They do feel a bit cheap, but they do the job. One of the best features about this is the Swiss movement, and of course the 16 large light sources. There they are there. I'm trying to count them with you now. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Right, but then you've got 17, 18, 19, 20. So I can't count 20. They're all GTLS, and they're all one of the highest grades of GTLS as well. Now, if you want to know what GTLS stands for, it's basically, so GTLS is known as gaseous tritium light source. It's completely self-powered illumination, and it's achieved when electrons are emitted from the tritium gas to excite the phosphorus lining of the GTLS, producing a continuous cold light source that will typically last between 10 and 20 years without any external power source. It's highly specialised technology, also used in military hardware and pioneering safety equipment, where a guaranteed light source is needed for safe operations in hazardous environments and conditions. Basically, it's radioactive, and you've got it there. There's a little, oh, whoa, that was a bit bad. You've got the little radioactive symbol, and you've got all these numbers and things. Now you're probably thinking, super, is there any danger of the radiation coming out of the tritium in the GTLS? Apparently there's absolutely no risk from wearing the watch for GTLS. It's got low energy electrons inside of the tritium, and it cannot escape. And the rupture of the light source would free the tritium gas, which would be so minimal that it would quickly disperse. basically, as a wearer of the watch, they're saying that you're exposed to 0 radiation, but in the unlikely event of the watch being destroyed and all of the vials simultaneously breaking, the exposure would be 30 times lower, 30,000 times lower than the daily average of what you're exposed to every day. So put that in perspective. If you thought that you'd turn into that creature from RoboCop, then no, that's not going to happen to you, and you're not going to sprout a fifth finger or sixth finger, whatever you want to call it. But so no superpowers here, unfortunately. That's a little bit about the tritium. The hands are very nice. You've got my fingerprint on there already, but you've got the date. You haven't got a day. It says Swiss movement there, and the dials are very, very nice. Very accurate watch. I've only ever changed it once, and that was, of course, because we've got daylight savings time here, so I had to change it once, but it doesn't really lose any time. I mean, I haven't noticed it. I haven't needed... I'm not that accurate in terms of the seconds, but definitely with the minutes. Haven't really had to change it. You've got this rotating bezel, which clicks. Each click, same noise, and it's very satisfying, and it lines up, and you've got the 60 of them, and that's very useful if ever you use rotating bezels. I do a lot, so there you go. The crown is, I believe it's just a push crown, so you pull it out and then you can change the time. You pop it in a little bit and then you can change the date. There you go. So you can change the date. Very, very easy. No problems. Now you may want, and it just rotates freely, so it's just a push crown. But you're probably wondering, well, what happens if my month doesn't have 31 days in it or whatnot? Well, tough. You're going to have to just change that. Unfortunately, there's no way of it knowing which month you're in. But apart from that, those little quibbles, it's a very decent watch. Apart from the scratch as well, I think it's nice. It's smart enough to wear at work, with a suit, with a shirt. It's analog. Battery life, I go through some more of the statistics. The battery life is 45 months, alright, so just shy on the 4 years. Case diameter, the full case diameter is 51mm, so it's pretty large. I will do some size comparisons in a moment. The dial diameter, the bit in the middle, well, from top to bottom, is 33mm. Strap type, black polymer, case finish, black polycarbonate. And the movement is a Swiss Ronda 515. If that means anything to you, it's very accurate, as I said before. So battery life, just shy on 4 years. I think Nite do replace your battery if it runs out for free, so you can just send this to them, which is very decent of them. There's not a lot that is covered with the warranty though. It won't cover you for scratches and things like that, but no, I've been wearing it every day and I really, really like it. I think it's an excellent watch. I'll show you some size comparisons. This is just a normal G-Shock small Mudman. Should really put it flat. It won't lay flat, but it gives you some idea. So it's larger than a Mudman, and likewise it's larger than a... Oh. Off it goes. It's smaller. Well, I don't know actually. It's probably wider than the large Mudman, the new one. So it's quite a large watch, but it doesn't look stupidly large. It's not like a dinner plate on your arm, on your wrist. It's I've got about 7.5, 8-inch wrists, so above average, I'd say, and it doesn't completely dwarf my wrist. It sits quite well. That does get a bit annoying now and again with all the press ups I do. No, just kidding. But yeah, and the way that's another little point. I don't know, that's oxidized. It hasn't scratched off. It's just oxidized. So be wary of that. and I haven't even put this in water at all. So it's got double kind of buckles or retention buckles there, so it keeps it in a nice place and it doesn't really move around much. And like I said before, it's so lightweight you barely even know that it's there on your wrist. So that's the watch. Now the main feature, of course, is the GTLS Tritium gas. So the next scene you're going to see is me in the dark and try and show you what it looks like in low light. Okay, here I am in the dark. There's a little bit of street lighting illuminating the room, but here's the watch. I'd actually say that it's probably about 5 times as bright as you can see on the camera there, but it's very, very readable. The top there is orange and all the rest of the markers are green, and because it's this GTLS Tritium, it doesn't need any charging from the sun whatsoever. Let that point just sink in. You don't need to spend all day to charge this up. It doesn't need charging. It's this bright all the time, even in daylight. But obviously because of how bright it is, you obviously can't tell. But it remains this bright all through the night. The hands are very, very easy to see. And that's from about 30 centimetres away. It really does bright up the room, but it's not too intrusive. It's a lot brighter than the camera is showing, but it's not as bright as on their website. But trust me, you'll be very, very pleased with the brightness if you have one in your hands and look at it at night. Right, back to the review. Okay, well, I hope that helped. Thank you very much for joining me and watching this review. If you have liked this review, don't forget to comment, rate and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. I'll be doing an appreciation video soon. I'll be doing a channel update, and I'll also be showcasing my entire knife collection as kind of like a year anniversary of me doing the first one, which has proved pretty popular. I will be doing a watch collection video at some point, but I need a few more watches to the collection for me to feel that it's suitable, because I don't have a huge collection, not nearly as big as the knives, but I thought I'd just well, do the review of this watch that I have. Anyway, thanks again for watching, thanks for joining me, take care.